All it takes is one deal to completely change the trajectory of your life, just like it did for my student Armando. Guys, I know exactly how it feels. Stuck working a job that you hate, getting a degree that doesn't even work in today's day and age. Or 3, just being stuck in life with no sense of direction on which way to go. Me, you, and my student Armando all started off on the same boat until we figured out about this life-changing opportunity called wholesale real estate. In this video, you're gonna hear the testimony from somebody who started with low funds and had no background in wholesale real estate or real estate in general. And you can forget about a college degree because he dropped out. So without further ado, let's get straight into his testimony. Today we have another case study from inside the 0.1% wholesale system. And this one's a good one. We have my guy Armando here, who joined the partnership. Once entering the program, just closed his first wholesale deal for $10,000. Not only that, he already has 2 more deals currently in the pipeline, getting ready to close later this month. And the crazy part is he's only 20 years old from Las Vegas, bro. So Armando, first and foremost, bro, before we get into the breakdown, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody watching. Tell them, your name, your age, where you're from, and what got you interested in wholesaling, how you got started with the whole wholesale process, bro.
Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Armando. I'm 20 years old here from Las Vegas. I found out about wholesaling about what, bro? I was still in high school, but like, to be honest, it just looked fake. I was like, bro, how you gonna be selling the houses without owning or nothing? I remember I looked into it, but
right.
I was like 16, so it looked past me, whatever. And then so like, life after high school came, and I'm like, damn, like work ain't me. I need to find some way to make more money.
Yeah.
And so I ran into Harwin and Randy's on Instagram. And I can say right off the bat, I remember I was like actively looking for a mentor. I was really looking to initiate, like, getting my foot in the door. But, I saw you guys' page on my For You page, and I felt the connection right away. I was like, I knew you guys were the right choice.
Right. The power of social media, bro. It's crazy what world we live in now, bro. But so you figured out about wholesaling right after high school, you said, or during high school, like your
During high school,
yeah.
I was like 16, but like I said, I just blew past it, and then after high school, like, what? Because like for the longest time,
yeah, I
was one of those people, like, I ain't gonna lie, where I was scared. I was like, bro, like, how could this happen to me? Or like, I was just scared to take risks, to invest into things. I didn't want to take that step.
Right. Okay, dope. And then so now you're like, what are you, 2 years removed out of high school since you're about 20 years old now?
Yeah, graduated 2 years ago.
Okay. And tell me, what's your ethnicity, bro?
I'm Mexican.
You're Mexican? Parents from Mexico?
Yeah, both my parents are from Mexico, and I'm first generation here.
Okay. So dope. Same thing as me, bro. So coming from an immigrant background, with both of our parents, my parents were out the country from Haiti, your parents from Mexico. I know firsthand the hardships that come with growing up in that environment. A lot of people look at it as a disadvantage, but honestly, man, I see it as an opportunity. Like for me, it's been an advantage when you see, your parents grow up as immigrants. You hear the stories, you see the sacrifices. You understand what life looks like for them before they came here and the struggles they had to push through. So it just gives you a better perspective, better opportunity, bro. So for you, tell me, how's your culture and background just shaped the person that you are today, bro?
To be honest, bro, it's just, I just see how hard my parents worked and everything. I see it, when I want to go visit their ranches and stuff where they lived at, like, bro, my dad would sleep on dirt, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, now that, because now he came over here, he made his money over here. My dad is, pretty stable.
Yeah.
Since he got here. But, so the house is moderned up now and everything now, but, like, back then, looking at the photos and stuff, bro, they had, like, 12 people living in a fucking little-ass room, bro.
Yeah.
In a little box on the dirt and everything, so... just seeing like, what they went through and everything.
Yeah.
I knew how to come and get it too.
That's crazy to see, bro. It's like almost like they passed the baton. They already did all the hard work for you, bro. Like in getting, coming over here. Now they passed the baton to you. Now it's all up on you. You know what I mean? To take that even further, bro. But, now before we go further, let's talk about the results, bro. So you joined my partnership. You invested. You bet on yourself when you joined. And now you've already made your, how much did you close on your first wholesale deal?
It was $10,000.
$10,000. That's crazy, bro. $10,000 on your first wholesale deal. So basically, you capitalize on your investment immediately. So, and I know that you have 2 more deals already lined up to close, right?
Yes, sir.
Crazy.
2 more just went.
That's amazing, bro. So 3 deals in about what, a month span of each other?
Yeah, literally, yeah. I'm up.
That's dope, bro. So tell me, bro, what was that feeling like closing your first wholesale deal? I know the hardest part for every wholesaler is, getting that first one done, like knocking off that proof of concept. Walk me through how were you feeling, bro?
Low key is crazy. It was one of those feelings where like, bro, I was so nonchalant about it. At first,
Yeah,
I was like, bro, like, damn, it's crazy. I quit my first deal. Like, I worked hard for this, bro. Like, people don't know how many sellers I had to talk to, how many times, I got people told me to, just F off. I know people just told me no. And so, like, when I found out it was closing, I was like, nah, it's whatever. But then once I seen the wire hit, that's when I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no, I closed. Like,
yeah.
it was crazy. I was at work, bro, and I remember seeing it. I was like spazzing out, bro.
Bro, it's crazy. I kind of had the same experience where I was happy like when it came. But for me, and just like you, I think you had an experience where you had a deal already under contract, but it didn't go through all the way to the finish line. Same
Yeah,
thing for me. So like my expectation, when I closed my actual first deal, I was happy about it. I was like, but I was still like upset because I'm like, damn, okay, this now I know that it's real. Maybe upset's not the best word to use, but I know that it's real. Now I got to go ahead and do this like 20, 30
yeah,
times. You know what I mean?
exactly, bro.
Yeah. So tell me, before joining the partnership, bro, where were you at with wholesaling? Were you doing any deals at all, or were you just basically starting from scratch?
Bro, I came in and started from scratch. I didn't know nothing, bro.
Yeah.
The whole program, bro, set me up, bro. I didn't know nothing. All I knew about wholesaling was you get a house under contract and you sell it.
Yeah.
That's all I knew was A to B.
Yeah, and that's one of the great things about wholesaling, bro. Like you can get a complete beginner, right? And as long as you
Yeah.
put the work in, you're gonna get. It's one of those business that exactly what you put in is exactly what you're gonna put out, bro.
You
So
just gotta get your feet wet, literally.
exactly. So I mean, talk to me, bro. What made you decide to actually join my partnership instead of trying to figure it out yourself? Because there's a lot of information out there. I think there's way too much information out there. So what kind of made you
Like
make
to
that
bro,
decision?
like I have said, bro. At first, so once I was looking into it, for the longest time, I was like, nah, I'm gonna like just go at it myself. I was just watching other people do like videos and stuff, taking notes.
Yeah,
But then I came across your page and like in that time I was like, damn, like low key he's dropping hella sauce, like he's helping all that crazy. So honestly, even before I joined the program, I would say you were one of the people who helped me out the most just by watching your like videos and stuff.
okay. Dope, bro. Now I definitely appreciate that, you tapped in and, took that chance, took that bet on yourself, bro. It's not easy, bro. But I mean, in this life, it's all about taking risks, bro. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but let's,
And I remember I was so sure about it too. I don't know if you remember, but as soon as we went to contact, bro, I literally the same day. I
yeah,
joined the same day.
yeah,
No presidential nothing.
yeah. And usually people like that, bro, who don't really think too much about it, they just, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of like the dumb people, but like dumb for success. You know what I mean? Because I was the same way when
Yeah.
I joined a mentorship when I first got started. I didn't even think about the money. I knew, okay, I need some guidance. You know what I mean? So that money, I'm gonna get it one way or another, right? I'd rather spend that money right now. Even if I fail, cool. I spend the money quicker. Let me go on to the next project. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, definitely appreciate you tapping in for sure, bro. But let's talk about the deal breakdown, bro. Walk everybody through it. How did the lead come about? How did the conversation go? How did you end up getting that deal?
Um, I was just cold calling all day. I remember the list I pulled and everything, bro. I remember everything about it. It's
Tell us
crazy.
what list was it?
Bro, I've heard Randy say it a million times. I've heard you say it too. If you're tapped in, tired landlord. It was a tired landlord
Yeah.
list in Alabama, bro.
What part
I
specific?
love that.
What part specifically?
Bro, I love that market, bro. This deal had made me love this market. It was Mobile, Alabama. It was a tired landlord list.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember I was just calling, bro. I was calling for like 3 hours, bro, and then it came in super hot lead.
yeah,
The seller wasn't really so urgent at first. It was hot, but he wasn't so. He was really laid back. Like he was nonchalant about it. But he let me know off the bat, like, okay, like I need to sell these though.
yeah. So
And so, go ahead.
yeah. So talk to me about the deal. Like, How did the conversation go? Did you get it locked up that same day? Did you waste some time? What price did you get locked up at?
Honestly, so during that, I'm still a beginner, obviously, but that time I was a little more, what would you call it? Just a
Newer?
little bit more of an apprentice, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I was newer, so I could have been locked it up way before, bro. Honestly, I messed up. Somebody could have snatched that deal from me. Like I learned this now, time kills all deals. But yeah, so I just got the report on the first call. Try to build that relationship with them. And everything was going really good. I noticed they like me, they like my vibe. I was rocking with them. And so I ended up getting it locked up at, what was it, 40? Yeah, 40.
40. Yep. Yep.
Yep, at 40.
Okay. And was that a hard? I know that the most scariest part, especially when I got started, was kind of giving somebody that offer. What were they at? What was their asking price?
Where were they at? I think they were like at 70,
Yep.
60, 70, around there. They were a little bit higher. I did have to negotiate them down. Um, I think it's just as long as you're making sense of your offer.
Yeah.
A lot of people will tend to realize like, okay, you know what, he has a point, whatever. No, that's not the case. A lot of times, a lot of people are just kind of
Yeah.
blow you over. But yeah, when I was working on this deal, I will say like I went in here with the most confidence I ever had. Like I kind of just felt it like, all right, this is the one, this is the one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just telling myself that.
Yeah. And that's the one great thing about pulling, tired landlord lists is because, these people typically are investors. So if you make a logical point, they know where they can sell the property at. You know what I mean? And if you bring logic to the table into the negotiation room, a lot of times they'll meet you halfway or they'll come down to your price as well. So that's why we love the tired landlord list, because we're not dealing with emotional people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so tell me, so you got it locked up at $40,000. Tell me how did the dispo process go? I know you got it sold you made 10,000, so obviously you sold it for 50,000. How did the dispo process go, bro?
Smooth, bro. Like butter.
Okay, so I know you got the deal locked up for $40,000. Sold it at 50,000. From there, how did the dispo process go, bro? Was it a hard deal to get sold?
I wouldn't know, bro. That's yourself. I gave y'all the deal.
Yeah.
I started working on the other leads I had, and that's why I got two more waiting on this month.
So
You guys took care of it.
so you got the deal under contract and you didn't even get the deal sold. You just passed it along to us?
Yup, you guys did everything for me.
It's crazy, bro. So, and that's the one thing I want people watching to understand. Like inside the 0.1% wholesale system, you're not just learning how to wholesale and expected to put it together. You know what I mean? So you're actually getting plugged into a real operation where everything's low key provided for you, from the lead generation, the data, the acquisition training, the deal analysis. And then once you get the deal locked up, yeah, you don't have to worry about selling it. My team will go ahead and get the deal sold for you, just like in your case.
Yeah, literally everything. You guys provide everything.
So Armando, tell me, how long did it take from joining the program to getting that first deal, to actually closing your first deal?
Not even that long, bro. But I've heard this number before. I think the average person that gets into wholesaling takes like around a little less than a year to close their first deal. If they're like really tapped into it 24/7.
Yeah.
It took me like 4 months.
Yeah. Okay. And I think, same thing for me, bro. My first deal, it actually took me about 7 months, but it's because I was trying to learn it all by myself. So,
Yeah.
and that was me going at it every single day. Of course, I had a side job that I was working, or a full-time job that I was working, and wholesale was my side job. But it took me about 7 months. But that's the one great thing I'd say about, partnerships and just, networking with other people. You're going to shorten that learning gap. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now that you've got your first deal done and you got two more in the pipeline, talk to me, bro. What's your goal moving forward? What does your future look like in the wholesale industry, bro?
Honestly, it's just expanding. I gotta keep it coming. It just can't end right here. I'm just end up getting stuck again. So it's just putting that money right back.
Yeah. I mean, do you have like a goal in mind, as because my goal for the longest time was, okay, let me try to go ahead and close one deal a month. And then from there, I upped it to 2 deals. Now I'm at the point where minimum is like 5 deals a month that my business is trying to do. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Since I brought it, and since pretty much, I don't want to say 3, but the one closed and these 2 waiting to close.
yeah,
I would say it set up a new standard for me. I know I have the capability, to close deals now.
yeah.
So I do want to set that standard of hopefully willingly being able to get at least 1 a month.
Let's do that, bro. Let's do it. I mean, especially with you, bro, and the system that's provided, bro, that's super possible. I mean, 1 deal a month, bro. Just think about what that looks like. 1 deal a month at $10,000 a pop. There's 12 months. That's 120K per month, right? Average American ain't even making that, bro. Average American's not even making half of that. So, I mean, Armando, bro, there's a lot of people watching right now who want to change their life, and they see wholesale as an opportunity. You were once in their shoes, you know what I mean? You're not too far removed from their shoes, actually, trying to get your first deal done. So for someone out there who's still grinding, trying to close their first wholesale deal, what advice would you give to them?
Just do it. Lock in. Don't be scared. You gotta take a risk. If no risk, no reward.
Yeah,
And just be patient. Things don't happen overnight. It's something. Chasing that quick scheme is not gonna get you nowhere. Be patient and just lock in.
yeah, that's great. That's great advice, bro. And I feel like that's a big misconception, especially in the wholesale space. They see all these TikTok videos, they see all these YouTubes that saying make this amount in like 7 days. I mean, you can. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely make that, but this is not a get rich quick scheme, right? And this is why wholesale, got like a bad rep, from a lot of places. But if you come in, you stay down, you lock in, and you're consistent with it in the span of a year, yeah, you can change your life, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, bro, I make double in 1 month than what I make from at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just that alone is crazy.
Bro, so, I mean, Armando, definitely just appreciate your time, bro. Appreciate you having here, man. I'm going to hold you accountable, bro. I'm excited to see what the future holds for you, bro. And I'm gonna hold you to it, bro. A deal a month. That's the goal, bro. That's the bare minimum, bro.
Let's do it. Yeah, we hitting that this year for sure.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Guys, if you're at a point where you haven't closed your first deal yet, or you've closed 1 or 2 deals, but you're still struggling to do deals consistently, me and my team help people like you all the time. And no, this isn't a traditional mentorship like you've probably been sold before. It's actually a partnership where we plug you directly into a portion of our business. You'll be using the same exact systems that we use, our cadences, our contracts, and everything that we use in our day-to-day operation. What's the difference between this and a regular traditional mentorship? Well, I'll tell you. I will be working with you directly to ensure that you close your first deal, seeing the process all the way through the finish line. If you're interested in learning more, click on the link below or type point1wholesale.com. From there, you'll either speak with me or one of my team members, and we'll get you situated. Even if you don't end up partnering with us and you just need some direction, please go ahead and click on the link below and we'll point you in the right direction. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.